Right, today's I can statement is I can understand decimal place value. So yesterday we worked with the numbers over here to the left of our decimal, and today we're going to focus on the numbers to the right of our decimal. So again we have, excuse me, we have the tenth place, the hundredths place, the thousandths place, and the 10,000ths place that we'll probably work with the most here. You know, we might not even get to the 10,000ths place at all during this lesson. Alright, so let's discuss first. So here we have a box and it's filled with 1,000 cubes. If we were to take out 4 cubes from the box, what fraction could you use to represent the 4 cubes out of 1,000? I want you guys to go ahead and take your best guess. What fraction do you think you would use to represent 4 cubes out of this box of 1,000 cubes? Click next when you're ready. Okay, we all should have gotten 4 over 1,000. Because 1,000 is our total number in this box, and 4 is how many we took out of there. We're going to move on here. So let's discuss now turning decimals into fractions. So on the previous page, we found out that if we took 4 cubes out of our box of 1,000, we would get 4 over 1,000 as our fraction. And this chart below will show us how we can write fractions into decimals. So we always want to put a 0 in our ones place if we are working with a number that is less than 1. So we would have 0 decimal, and then we have our tenths place, our hundredths place, and our thousandths place. So since our fraction has a denominator, which is the bottom number, so this is a denominator, I'm going to type that in just in case we maybe forgot what a denominator is. So our denominator is 1,000, which means that our 4, which is our numerator, is going to be in our thousandths place. So here, since we have 4 over 1,000, we are going to put that 4 in the thousandths place. Now we have to make sure that we fill in every place in front of that 4 with zeros, because if we don't do that, we're going to get a completely different number. So if we were to forget one of our zeros, and we were to write 0 and 0, that would be 4 in the hundredths place, and we need our 4 in the thousandths place, so we want to make sure that we include all of our zeros. So let's look down here below. So let's use the chart above to figure out how we would write 4 over 100 as a decimal. So I want you to go ahead and type in the box next to you, how would you write 4 over 100 as a decimal? Click next when you're ready. Alright, we all should have gotten 0.04 because our 4 needs to be in the hundredths place because we have a denominator of 100. Alright, let's take a look at our next question. What about 444 over 1,000? This is going to be a little trickier. I want you to try and see what you get, and click next when you're ready. Alright, so we see the number 444, which means this 4 is going to need to be in our thousandths place because thousandths is our denominator. So what we should have gotten, we should have gotten 0 and 444 thousandths. Just like that. Alright, let's practice a little bit more. So here, if we were going to take 56 cubes out of this box of 1,000 cubes, what would be the fraction and the decimal to represent that number? Well, I know that 56 is going to be my numerator because I'm taking 56 cubes out of 1,000 because that is my total, so that is going to be my denominator. So my fraction is 56 over 1,000. Now I have to turn it into a decimal. So if I need to, I can go back and take a look at this chart right here, and I see that thousands is 1, 2, 3 spaces away from my decimal. So that means my 6 needs to be in that third space, in that thousandths place. So my decimal should be 0 and 56 thousandths. Again, my 6, since it's the last number in the 56, needs to be in the thousandths place because 1,000 is my denominator. And how I would say that number would be 0 and 56 thousandths. You want to say and in place of your decimal. Alright, let's try a couple more. So we're going to start by writing each decimal as a fraction. So here I have 0 and 9 hundredths, and I know it's 9 hundredths because my 9 is in the hundredths place. So that means my denominator is going to be 100, and my numerator is going to be 9. So I'm going to have 9, over 100. That line there. All right. Okay. Next one, 0 and 497 thousandths. My last number is in the thousandths place, so I know that my denominator is going to be 1,000. My numerator is going to be 497, the same as the number that's right there, over 1,000. Alright, and my last one, I have just 7 tenths. My 7 is in the tenths place. So, this will be an easy one. It's going to equal 7 over 10. And we're going to put a line in there. There we go. So if you notice here, again, our numbers go to the thousandths place, so my denominator is going to, I'm sorry, over here, my number goes to the thousandths place, so my denominator is going to be 1,000. Here, my numerator goes to the hundredths place, so my denominator is going to be 100. Here, my number goes to the tenths place, so my denominator is going to be 10. Alright, now down here, we're going to write each fraction as a decimal. So here I have 87 over 100. So I know it's going to, this is going to be 1. Alright, well, we're going to do our best here. So that's going to equal 0 and 87. My 7 is going to be in the hundredths place because 100 is my denominator. Let's take a look over here. We have 5 over 10. So my 5 is going to be in the tenths place because 10 is my denominator. And our last one, this one might be the trickiest one, we have 604 over 1,000, which means my 4 needs to end up in the thousandths place. So it's going to be 0 and 604. Oops, sorry about that, guys. So 0 and 604 thousandths. There we go. Alright, you are going to try some on your own. I want you guys to go ahead and complete this page, and you're going to click next when you're done answering all the questions, and that will be all for today. Great job, guys.